Have you ever noticed how a single moment can hijack your entire day? One sharp comment, a cold look, a flash of disrespect, and suddenly, a heavy cloud settles over your heart. Your mind spins, and your peace vanishes. It happens to us all, and many times, we lose our peace not because of what happened, but because of how we reacted. But there is a profound truth that many never discover. The one who masters their reaction masters the moment. True power isn't fighting back. It's staying calm when the world expects you to explode. Today's story will show how a person can stay calm in these moments, how to keep control inside, and how to walk through any situation with quiet, divine strength. My friends, stay with me until the very end, because at the end of this story, I will share a simple, sacred nightly practice rooted in Scripture that will help you release the painful burdens you were never meant to carry. Now, let us begin. Once upon a time, in a quiet valley tucked between rolling green hills, there lived a young woman named Sarah. She was strong in her presence, but her soul was deeply weary. Not weak in courage, but weak in peace. Sarah reacted to everything. If a neighbor spoke harshly, Sarah snapped back. If someone pushed her, Sarah pushed back. If someone insulted her, Sarah carried the insult for days. People said she was angry, but in truth, she was only exhausted. Tired of the heavy feeling inside her, tired of the sharp pain she could not see but always felt. Every time someone hurt her with words or actions, Sarah imagined it as a jagged shard of broken glass. And without noticing, she picked up that sharp shard. She put it into a bag she carried around her waist. The bag became heavier each week, each month, each year. Soon, Sarah walked with a bent back and a gloomy face. She no longer saw the colors of the valley. She no longer enjoyed the morning sun. Her world felt dark, even on the brightest days. One cold morning, Sarah decided to leave her village for a while. Hot. I need fresh air. Ah, she said. I need to clear my mind. So she began climbing the mountain path behind the village. The road was quiet. The sky was pale blue. Birds rested on thin branches. A small wind moved through the tall grass. But the bag on Sarah's waist was so heavy that every step felt like torture. After some time, she noticed another traveler coming up the path. A thin old woman carrying a small bundle of goods on a simple rope. The old woman's face was gentle, and her steps were light, as if she carried nothing at all. She walked with a soft smile, humming an old tune. When the old woman reached Sarah, she stopped, bowed politely, and said, "My young friend, you look weary. Your load seems far too painful for your strength." Sarah sighed. "Yes, I am tired. I carry many broken pieces." The old woman looked at the large, heavy bag and raised her eyebrows. "Broken pieces? What kind of pieces?" Sarah opened the bag a little. Inside were glass shards of many shapes and colors, large, small, smooth, sharp. She said quietly, "These are the shards people threw at me. Their insults, their lies, their harsh words. I pick them up and keep them. I cannot throw them away. They belong to me now." The old woman watched her with calm, compassionate eyes. "And why do you keep gripping them, my daughter, if they only cut you?" Sarah looked down. "I don't know. I only know that when someone hurts me, I feel it so deeply that I must carry it." "Ha." The old woman smiled softly. "Ah, I see. Then come walk with me for a while." They continued up the mountain path together. After a short time, the old woman bent down, picked up 2 small stones from the ground, and held them in her thin hands. "These stones represent the situation," she said. She placed one stone back on the path and handed the other to Sarah. "Now look," the old woman said. "The one who hurt you is like the stone resting on the ground." They threw their words and walked away. "Their shard lies here, forgotten. They do not carry it. They feel no pain. They have moved on." Then she gently lifted Sarah's closed hand, where a sharp piece was pressing into her palm. "But this piece in your hand, this is your reaction. You chose to pick it up. You chose to keep gripping it. And so your journey becomes heavy, while the one who hurt you continues lightly." Sarah stared at the sharp piece in her palm. A warm wind passed over the mountain path. The old woman continued softly, "Your reaction is your burden, my daughter. Not their action, not their words. You added the weight to your own journey." The Bible reveals this deep truth in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 32. "He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city. Your greatest power is mastering what happens inside you. These words struck Sarah like a quiet thunder inside her heart. She suddenly felt the truth. All these years she had been collecting broken pieces that did not belong to her. She opened her fist and let the shard fall into the dust with a soft sound. For a moment, they both watched it. "How do I stop carrying them?" Sarah whispered. The old woman smiled, touched the heavy bag on Sarah's waist, and said, "Leave each piece where it falls. Let it return to the earth." Follow the wisdom of Colossians chapter 3, verse 13. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. Let your heart grow light again. Sarah's eyes grew wet. Her hands shook as she slowly opened her bag. The old woman nodded gently, giving silent permission. One by one, Sarah began to take the broken pieces out of the bag. She placed some gently on the ground. She let others roll away down the hill. With every shard she released, a massive weight lifted from her chest. Her breath softened. Her shoulders rose a little. The mountain path grew quieter. The world seemed clearer. And for the first time in many months, Sarah looked at the sky and actually saw its beauty. Days turned into weeks. Sarah practiced leaving the broken pieces behind each time someone tried to hurt her. When a villager spoke roughly, Sarah stayed quiet for a moment, breathed, and refused to pick up the shard. When she faced injustice, she chose to step back, remembering that we must leave room for God's justice. Romans 12:19. When someone insulted her, Sarah asked herself, "Do I really want to carry this?" Most of the time, she said no. Her steps became lighter. Her mind became clearer. Her heart grew warm again. And soon, something beautiful happened. With no heavy bag, Sarah could finally see the world around her. The green leaves, the small river, the faces of children, the smiles of strangers. The path of her life felt open again, and the old traveler's words stayed with her forever. Your reaction is your burden. Now, my friend, let me share the little practice I promised. Something simple you can use every day. Tonight, before you sleep, sit quietly for 1 minute. Place your hand on your chest. Think of one moment from today that still feels heavy. A rude word, a small shame, a disappointment. Imagine it as a sharp shard of glass in your hand. Then whisper this simple prayer softly to yourself. Lord, this piece is not mine. I release it into your hands. I choose your peace. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. Take a slow, deep breath. And imagine placing that broken piece safely on the ground. Let it stay there. Let it belong to yesterday, not to you. Do this every night. It will lighten your heart. It will clear your mind. And slowly, gently, you will feel free again. Sometimes we forget something important. We cannot choose what others do, but we can always choose what we carry. Your reaction is the quiet force that shapes your path. One calm choice can save a whole day. One released shard can free your heart. And when you guard your heart from holding every hurtful word, you protect the very wellspring of your life. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Peace does not come from others. Peace begins the moment you decide not to pick up the broken pieces. If this story touched you, my friend, take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who is carrying a heavy load, and subscribe for more gentle insights that bring peace, strength, and clarity to your life. Until the next insight, walk lightly, react wisely, and remember, your reaction is your power. May God bless you.